Welcome to Heart Chat Show. This is a chat show that talks about everything, conversational, ranging from social issues, trending issues, relationships and sex, health and well-being, and all things convo. Today we have in a midst two amazing guests. We will be talking about a topic that is very dear to me: sex. Is it an entitlement in a marriage? This conversation is very dear to me because of one or two reasons, but we will go into that at some point. For now, if you'd like to, subscribe to Heart channel, you can find us on YouTube at Heart Chat Show. We are on Facebook at Heart Chat Show, and do follow us on Instagram as well. Also, if you have a topic that you would like us to discuss, email me at heartchatchatshow@gmail.com. I have here with me Selassie and Chris. As always, both of them are, amazing people. They both have the passion of enhancing people's relationships, including theirs as well. So today, Selassie and Chris, welcome again to Heart Chat Show.
Thank you.
So today, our topic is sex an entitlement in a marriage? Now tell me, what are your thoughts about it? Do you think that it should be an entitlement?
I don't think that an entitlement
Uh-huh.
is the way we should look at it. Because once you get into marriage, it's a package. It comes with a whole lot of other things.
I love the package.
So why do we embrace some and think that it should flow like automatically or normally, but rather think that other things should be entitlement? I don't want to look at it from that angle. I think that once you're married, it's a package. It shouldn't. There's no entitlement matter.
Because some people think that once you are married, sex is obligatory, like it has to be done,
Well,
as and when the other party wants it.
it shouldn't necessarily be as and when the other party wants it. So even if one person is not ready, then it becomes an issue.
Yes.
But on the other side, people also hide behind the fact that I'm not ready, so you should understand.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, so you should understand. There's a thin line between not being ready and I want it and you should give it.
Right.
So we need to, maybe as we discuss, we will have to touch on when is it okay,
Yeah.
and when is it also not okay for people to be saying, I don't want it, I'm tired and I can't have it, and not, because it has become like a trend when you listen to a lot of marriage people talking. And most of the time, it's the women who tend to hide behind, I'm tired, I've got headache, you should understand that I don't want to do it, maybe some other time, and a whole lot of excuses. So I guess as we tag along, Selassie would bring some of these things out.
So yes, Selassie, do one have to give their partner sex even if they do not want to, or if they don't feel at it at that time?
I believe that a relationship should be conducted in such a way that you'll be able to be yourself. So in a relationship, I may not feel like having sex. Do I feel brave enough, comfortable enough to tell my spouse that I don't want to have sex, and would he be okay with it? Because even I call it dutiful sex, because even if you perform dutiful sex, is it that you are being coerced, or you are just doing it because you are not really in the mood, but I just want to satisfy my spouse? Because in a relationship, if you are not yourself, then that is not very good. Then we are getting to that place of abusiveness, because I'm doing things always to please you, even though I'm hiding behind being tired. So Chris was saying that women hide the fact that they are tired. Nowadays, Chris, wake up call, men are also giving that excuse. It's true. Men are also giving that excuse.
Yes.
That they are also tired, because women at a certain age our sexual drives are very hard, and we want it, and we want it now, we want it more, and we want it quality sex and the rest. And some men are not able to deliver. So, Chris, it cuts both ways.
The men who tend to say they're tired, it's in the minority.
Okay.
Because, well, I mean, in what we do now as counselors and as being in relationships, you tend to hear men complaining that they are not having enough sex at home.
Yeah, you're not having enough sex. The reason why is the woman saying that they are tired? Is she hiding behind the fact that she's genuinely tired, she's avoiding a certain issue, or just that the sex is so rubbish, she would prefer not to do it?
But it's
so there are lots of reasons.
Is tiredness an excuse, though? Should we use tiredness as an excuse to deprive our spouse from sex?
I would say that if it is not a reoccurring tiredness, then it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, there'll be the days where...
What do you mean by reoccurring tiredness?
I'm saying this in the sense that some people today they're tired, tomorrow so like for a month or two, every time you approach, I'm tired, I am this, I've got headache.
Chris, if your wife is reoccurring, as you're saying, that is when the spouse has to come in and say that, what can I do?
Exactly.
What can I do? You have to step in.
Yes,
because
we are looking at the problem or why people will come to the solution.
Exactly.
Yes.
But my point here is that if you are genuinely tired on a 1-off, 2-off, if there's such a term, it's okay.
Yeah.
Who are you to measure my level of tiredness? Because women go through a certain phase where they are.
So that's it. I'm making a point. My point is that there are days that genuinely you will be tired.
Yes.
But in the space of 6 months, we haven't had sex. And all you keep telling me is you are tired. You are tired. You get where I'm coming from? It shouldn't be like that. You are human. You are not a machine.
Yeah.
Even if you are a machine, there'll be a time your battery will run out and we'll need to replace your battery. So that day that your battery is even run out, you are not even available. You understand? People who use all these sex toys, I'm sure there are days that if they haven't got batteries, the sex toys will not perform. You understand? So the point I'm making here is that there are the days that yes, generally you'll be tired, but it shouldn't be something that it's the norm. And so it comes to the point where the man making an approach, or in Selassie's defense, the woman, the spouse, making the advancement would even at the back of their mind think, oh, he or she's going to say she's tired anyway.
Yeah.
But let me try. But okay. And then they come and then you say, oh, not today. I'm tired. And this has possibly been going on for 6 months, for a year. Are you saying the whole year? The battery, no batteries in the shop to replace.
So what we are trying to say, even though the sex is not an entitlement or shouldn't be an entitlement, we all have to be also careful not to deprive each other, so often.
And at the same time, we should be careful not to overwork our spouses. Because
but that is where the problem is. Overworking, it's relative. What you call overworking might be normal to me, and what I call underworking might be normal to you.
But that is why in a relationship there is compromise. I may have a high sexual drive, but then we work together, because I cannot have my demands met all the time.
No.
There are times that you have to calm yourself. There are other things that you have to do.
Yes.
So that you be able to have that relationship that you match each other, because work, children, and everything demands our time, demands our energy. So you have to find a way. And it's normally like the men demanding, but now today there are some women who are demanding.
Yes.
But we women,
not a lot though. Not a lot
of
of women.
Women who demand, we want quality, not quantity.
You think so?
Yes.
I think some people also demand quantity. Yeah.
I think that mostly the women who demand are the ones who have the appetite, the large appetite to have the quantity rather than the quality.
So in a relationship, what came to mind is, are you brave enough to have that conversation with your spouse about sex.
But that's the thing, yeah.
Most
we
people
should. A lot of
don't.
people don't, though.
But because for me, you should be saying that, oh, this month, because of ABC, this is what I'm going through, health reasons, this is what is coming up. Because if you have that conversation with your spouse, you are open to each other.
Yes.
He will know that, oh, this week, this is what is going on in my wife's life or my husband's life. So that is why she's behaving this way. So that excuse to say that I am tired does not even come in, because they know what is going on.
Communication as well.
Communication.
Adua,
And being brave to tell to say it as it is.
You see, this always brings me back to my friendship point.
Uh-huh.
You know, I am an advocate of friendship
in
in
a relationship,
marriage
yeah.
and relationships.
Yeah.
Now, if, like I always say, if the friendship is good, it makes the relationship blossom.
Exactly.
And once that is all well and good, we will not be having issues when it comes to sex. Because you're able to talk about just about anything. You understand? And sometimes, even when the woman is tired, or even the man, the person can jokingly say, I'm tired, but I know it's one of your days that, oh, you feel so, the way you are looking, let me just give you that.
Let me just lie down, you do it.
Just get that beautiful one out of the way.
Yeah.
You understand? And
Yeah.
you can both laugh about it. And nobody, or sometimes the other person will say, oh, you know what, I'll skip it this time because I want you to, because I have a couple friend. I'm friends with a couple. They're very good friends of mine. And the man sees that as when he doesn't like dutiful sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if his wife wants to give that dutiful sex, he tends to turn it down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he would say that he has a way of talking about it, but he thinks that especially when he has a problem with a woman, he will not have sex with her because he sees it as having a problem with not just the offering but the offerer.
Okay.
It's interesting, isn't
Yes.
it? Because to him, he likes his wife to connect.
Which is important.
Exactly, and he wants to connect as well.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So he doesn't see why there is.
So I
But
think
that's somebody who loves his wife.
But
But that's somebody who's loved his wife and is committed to the relationship and seeking for the good of the relationship.
Yes.
Because some people don't care.
Yes.
I'm arriving at a destination. That is I climax.
With you or
With or without you.
I'm
Just
going.
turn your back, give it to me. I arrive, I turn around and I sleep. And that is why people don't care about their relationship.
Yeah.
But if you care about your spouse, then you know that things are not well with. I can have sex with her, but I'm not thinking about that few minutes of excitement, of enjoyment,
No.
but the totality of my relationship.
You see, which is what is important. Friendship is important, and I really like that. But unfortunately, a lot of married couples are not friends.
No.
And as you were saying about this couple you're talking about, on the other hand, you have other couples whom, especially the men, all they want to do is just arrive at their destination, release, and they're done.
Yeah.
I was dealing with some couple. I was dealing with a couple of couples, and one of them actually said, we get to a point where we are not even talking. But then come nighttime, the man will come, do his business, roll back and sleep. The following morning, he will still not talk to her.
But that's somebody who doesn't care about their relationship. That's not fair.
But that's interesting because I thought that could also be an icebreaker. A
Well-
lot of couples have actually used sex to break the ice.
But this one is just using sex to release. It's like, okay, let me just release
sleeping
it.
pill.
Yes, dump it right there, and then
but his wife is even nice enough to allow him.
because I
some
think she
women-
also wants
yes,
it
some-
anyway.
But that's good. But for me, you have to have that courage. Once you've connected sexually,
Yeah.
and there is an issue, one of you, I don't care whoever it is, one of you have to have the courage. Because I also dealt with a couple, they will have the sex, they will not talk about the issue. And then they will go on not talking to each other. But I believe that at a point, you loved each other once. One of you have to have the courage to say that this is the situation. Let's do something about it. Because if you all want to be selfish and stay in that selfish way, nothing will happen.
But you know, interestingly, having said that, some women use that moment to
Make
talk,
demands.
to talk about the problems they have with
Yes, yes.
you. As you approach, and you begin to touch, and you begin to make the advancement.
Yes.
Then the woman will say, "Oh, stop! I'm not happy with you."
Which
And
is what
then-
it should be.
Yes, and then
It should be
so
that.
then-
That's good.
And you know, at the point where the man is also on heat, he begins to now bring his mind home.
Yeah.
And I think that's when maybe you can talk about things, and then maybe when the woman gives him the chance, you release, you in the eyes, and then life should come back to normal.
Interesting. I have a story here. It's a real life story that I want to share, and I want to have your thoughts on it. So, this person says that everything is okay as long as I give him sex. My husband is obsessed with me sexually. That when I saw that obsessed, I'm thinking, okay, that is a problem in its own, for your husband to be obsessed with you. And then she says, I feel like a piece of meat to my husband. He only touches me when he wants sex. I would love to cuddle more, but how can I make him understand that when I hug him, it doesn't mean I want to run into bed? I feel my husband turns sex into an obligation, reducing sex to merely physical release. It's gotten to a point where I don't enjoy sex anymore and do it out of duty rather than passion. Is this how sex in marriage should be?
Not at all. I think that, like you first pointed out, the obsession bit
Yeah.
becomes an issue. And some people would say, you should be lucky your husband wants to have sex with you all the time.
No.
I know.
The
but-
thing is, it's not, for me, it wasn't even about the having sex with you all the time. I think it is the how.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming and you're not, like she said, he only touches him when he wants sex. So when they're sitting down, he's not cuddling him, he's not showing him love, he's not hugging him. I mean, her, I beg your pardon. All he does is the moment he touches her, he wants sex. And I guess it's the how. Maybe he's not even doing it gently, or he's doing it like in a, really hard, harsh way, because all he needs is a release. And that's what my problem
Yeah,
is.
I think like I was saying, somebody would think that, since your husband is obsessed with you, there's a tendency that he's not going to go out and cheat with anybody. That is one side we can look at. But on the other hand, like you're saying, if it is gotten to the point where she is not enjoying the sex,
Yes.
then she needs to have an open and frank conversation about it. And this is where a man who is sensitive to the plight of his wife should be able to listen and begin to make adjustments. Because when you come and all you want is sex, and after sex, so it's like all you ever need from her is the sex and nothing else.
Yeah.
And that is why maybe the lady feel used all the time or any time that they have sex. But he should be able to talk to her sometimes. Like you're saying, there's not every cuddle that should lead to.
Yes.
You understand?
But that's that mining question. I mean, do you even know your wife? Because from what I'm sensing is that her love language is physical touch, just a cuddle, a pat on the back, just to reassure me. But
sometimes it's not even her love language, but it has been so missing for so long.
Yeah.
it is her need.
You actually miss it.
It
You
is
actually
her
miss
need,
it,
and
yeah.
he doesn't care enough. Because if you care about somebody, that is when you think that this is what my wife needs. Even though I want to have sex with her, there is nothing wrong with your spouse wanting to having sex with you all the time. But is he able to control himself to say that my wife wanted this way, even though I would have wanted hanging off the chandelier, but my wife wanted this way, so I'm going to calm myself down and have it her way.
Yes.
So for me, it looks like the spouse does not care, and the woman has to find the courage to put a stop to it by talking about it. And if she talks about it and it doesn't go anywhere, you have to have professional counseling, because it looks like the man has a bit of a sexual obsession.
Yeah.
He just wants to have it anyway, anyhow. But you have a wife. you have to think about her. The damage is doing to her. It's not just about you releasing, turning over, and going to bed. No,
Yes.
there is another human being you claim to love.
It could also be that the foundations of the relationship is shaky. Now, I say this because somebody can actually marry you because of how
Sexually, they're attracted to you. Yeah.
Okay.
it's sometimes not even just the attraction, but some men can sleep with a woman and say, "I really enjoy this
This woman.
this woman's vagina."
It is sweet.
Specific.
Sweet
Specific.
like honeycomb, eh?
So then what you realize is that they don't really like the person
They just enjoy having sex with
with
the
the
person.
person. And that can be and so if somebody should marry you on that
That basis.
basis,
That is so wrong.
Yes.
That is a
So
very
then-
wrong foundation
exactly.
to be married to.
That's why it's happening.
So then what would happen is you will not have a good relationship. You might not have the friendship in that relationship,
Yeah.
but your sex marriage will be amazing. Your sex life will be excellent.
But then that alone, your sex life alone will not sustain your marriage.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There's
got to be love. There's got to be all of that.
So a man like that will not care about how you feel. He will not care about cuddles and hugs.
No.
All he wants to do is just get that sweetness.
But people marry for different reasons. So you have to assess yourself. This is the reason why I got married. That reasons is being met, and the other issues. You have to know this is what I went in for. Why did you marry that person?
But then if you
Yeah,
want
but
your
then you're
your-
doing the other party a disservice.
exactly.
But what I'm saying is that people try to hide the reasons why they married a particular person. Because there was an attraction, there was a reason why you chose that particular one out of all the men who came to you.
Yeah.
So if things are going wrong, you have to go back and ask, this was what attracted me to him. This was why I said yes to this particular person. And then by reminding yourself of those reasons, it will help you to work on your relationship. Because some people go in for money, beauty, six-pack, figures, and all sorts of reasons. So,
and in this part of the world, to naturalize your stay.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So once that thing is achieved, what is there to achieve again? Maybe you have to set another goal for yourself and work towards it.
What I don't get is, is sex just about satisfying each other in a relationship? Or is it about intimacy and love? Because I think that is where people miss it. People are in just to satisfy that desire. What happened to love and intimacy?
If the love is good and you're having sex frequently, one, it brings you two together.
Yes.
Now, bringing you two together, that means that the sex will have to be good. It's not the one bam, thank you, mom kind of sex where one party is okay, the other party is not. So you tend to see that after, even though they've had the sex, the other person is regretted or unhappy. In that situation, then it's not going to bring you two together. So the sex that would actually bring you two together will be one that both parties will enjoy. So being done because both of you want to do it.
Yeah.
And being done in a way that you both enjoy it. So the fact that somebody only likes it fast, rough, throwing, people like to, by the time they finish, the whole kitchen is messed up. And the other person likes it nice and calm. So sometimes you can alternate. You do it this way for the other person, and then one time you can mess up the kitchen if that's how you want it.
Wow.
But then, as you do it a lot in the relationship, you realize that it begins to you bond.
Okay.
It brings you closer to each other, and then it means that your marriage is also going to be going well.
Again, I was talking to another couple not long, very recently, and the woman was complaining bitterly, what the situation was all to do with oral sex. So the man likes his oral sex.
He will not go down.
The woman doesn't like it. The woman is like, she's never like that. And it always becomes a problem. Every time they've had intimacy or sex or whatever, there is a cold war after it. Because the man wanted the woman to go down on him, and the woman is like, no, I don't like it, so don't even ask for it, and the man does not understand. It's like, you've got to compromise, I like this, you've got to do it, so now he thinks, oh, you are, you're on your high horse, you feel that you're big, you don't want to come down, but the woman doesn't like it. She's like, it makes me gag. It makes me want to puke. Why would I do it? So that is, how far should one compromise on their morals and their values?
When it comes to compromise, I believe that you compromise to a point that you don't lose yourself. Because you are created in the image of God. You are an individual.
Yes.
And so we compromise that you don't lose yourself, because you have you as a person. So whatever you decide to compromise on, at the end of the day, I don't have to lose the Selassie that I am. The image of God in me, how God created me as a human being. Yeah. So with this one, she doesn't like it. Why are you forcing her?
You see, that's where the problem is. And the man also says, if you love me, why can't you compromise and do what I want?
That is not love.
I think that once in a while, the woman should be able to sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my thinking.
Okay.
In a sense that,
but how is this one?
But that
in a
is when
while?
she chooses to do it, not when the husband says that today I want to do this. But that is when you have communed. The intimacy has gone to such a point that you are having sex, your bodies are rubbing against each other, you are touching each other.
At the moment,
out of the love.
Hold on. At the moment, you can't even.
Chris.
At the moment, you can't.
I'm painting a perfect picture.
Your picture is not perfect.
No, I'm painting a picture.
In this scenario, your picture is not perfect.
No, what I'm saying is that if a man who loves his wife considers the feeling of the wife, how the wife is feeling, you let it lie for a bit and just concentrate.
What about how the man is feeling?
No.
That's
what I'm saying is
it makes it so tricky.
What I'm saying is that it's a give and take. Yes. At a point, this is an issue in our relationship. We are not arriving at a solution. So I'm just going to leave it for a bit. Let's concentrate on the good things in our relationship. So this particular day, we are going to have sex. We are enjoying each other. Out of that, the beauty of whatever is going on, it will even lead me to even do it.
No, you're not getting.
No, because you get to that point in sex, in that relationship, where you are so much into each other that the things that you say that I will not do, you just give it.
Yeah, but at the moment, okay, quick, go on.
Let me draw a line here.
Yeah,
Selassie is painting a picture. Yes.
Because Selassie is talking for us women.
Exactly.
Now you talk for us women. Yeah, okay, you talk for the men.
She's painting a picture, right?
Yeah.
But the picture is not adequate in the sense that.
Why?
In the sense that in this particular instance, mind you, they've been married for some time.
Yes. Because the man did say, "Oh, for the last time you went down with me was like 8 years ago."
Exactly. So because of that, they will never, because of the fact that the man has this already at the back of his mind. That picture.
But sex is not just oral sex. There are very dimension degrees to sex. So if you focus on only the hair going down on you, it is not right.
He feels that is what he wants, and the woman never gives to him.
So
it's like,
so this is why I'm saying that. So because he's never getting what he likes in the sex.
Yeah.
For him, the sex will not come to its totality.
But then what about the morals and the values of the woman? Should I compromise my values I do not like
No. That one I don't agree with.
Really?
Morals, values, what morals?
Because some people don't feel that. It's exactly how a pastor said, "I'm not going down because I use my mouth to preach."
I don't know what religion that couple. I don't know their religion, but what I'm saying is that whatever you do that brings you together.
Yeah.
In sex, I mean, I know people will say,
should one force the other to do
we're not talking about force here. No, it shouldn't be force. Listen, this is what I'm saying, that the woman once in a while should be able to compromise.
Okay.
And go down on her.
And I'm also saying that compromise will not come when the man is dwelling on it and giving
the
dates
last
and time.
Hold on.
She
Allow me to land.
Yeah.
The last time the woman did this was what?
8 years
ago.
Why are you keeping record? Love does not keep record of wrongs.
No, because it's not about love does not.
No, because I'm also saying
because
that.
she's not comfortable with it, and she says that every time she's tried it, she almost always wants to puke. So that is why she needs techniques.
A husband who loves his wife. So that's what I'm saying is that you come up with it, you talk about it. So is it that you go too deep? Do you just want to play on the tip of the penis or what?
The danger here is that if this man should have a conversation with another woman,
yes,
and the woman is, there are some women who are happy,
to do it.
No, Chris, don't bring that in, because you are trying to say that because I'm not performing my duty, it gives my spouse the excuse to cheat on me. No, Chris, no.
But these are the things that it's a need. It has become a need for the man. You understand?
It's because he has focused on it too much.
Also, please put in my point. Because it's become a need for the man, it becomes very dangerous. Because he's been craving and possibly talking about this for what, 8 years?
Yeah, but then Chris, if your spouse says that this thing I don't like it, why don't we just put it on, pack it on the shelf though? Because if it makes it uncomfortable, because now she is saying that she's become very apprehensive anytime they're about to have sex, because she knows that at the end of it, he would ask for it, and if he doesn't do it, there's Cold War after it, and it's like it's becoming a reoccurrence.
That's what I'm saying
So then this is actually going to draw them apart.
Yes.
But you don't
say. I'm saying that. Allow me.
Okay.
You have landed too much.
Both of them needs to have some form of compromise.
Yeah. Yes.
The man needs to understand that my wife doesn't like it.
Yes.
And so I'm not going to be asking for it during every and any session, right? And then also, this woman should understand that this is something that this guy really, really likes. And it's become like a need for him.
Yes.
So let him know that, listen, once in a while, once in every so long while, if I should even put it that way, I would give you something for you to also smile about. So that, there should be some compromise.
Okay.
Because if not, one, it's going to drift them apart. And two, if this man should have a conversation with a single girl and tell the single girl, my wife doesn't want to do it, and the girl says, hey, I'm happy to do it.
Hey, we are not even encouraging that.
I'm not saying that. No, but these are the realities of it.
It is reality though.
We need to let people understand that these are the red flags that tend to crop up in a lot of, when you speak to people, it will be just one innocent conversation. The fact that he's been frustrated about this thing, you might see
he might just go talking to somebody about it, and the person's like, oh, okay, I can help you out.
A lot of young girls these days say, but that is nothing. Why is she sweating about this?
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Whereas to her,
it's a big deal.
Exactly. But somebody will be super excited to just do that.
What I'm saying, what I also add is that we have to look at the techniques the woman is using. Because certain things, when it comes to sex, if you don't know how to do it and do it properly,
you can always go and learn.
So please, whoever it is, please learn. Because there are ways you can do it. As much as is it that you are just putting the whole penis down your throat, or what, learn the techniques, how to just go to the head of the penis and tickle it gently and just using your tongue and everything. So you have to learn.
Right.
And what I found out is that certain age brackets, we don't want to learn what we picked up along the way. That is what we are doing.
Yes.
But people evolve, relationship changes. That's why I had to heart with Ajua, one of these shows. You're learning, so we need to get knowledge. We need to enrich ourselves. So when it comes to, we talk about oral sex.
Yeah.
Even on the other side, to men going down on women, it has to be done properly and done very well. There are all.
But the thing is, there's a lot of men who also don't want to do that anyway.
Yes, so.
But also, Adua, we need to find out from this woman why she doesn't. Possibly something has happened in the past.
Yeah.
Or somebody psychologically has said something to her that has made her think that I will never go. I'm never
Oh, you know, it's normal like it's a sin. How can I do that? It's dirty. It's that. No, for me, growing up, that is what for me. Those are the things that made me curious to learn about sex.
No,
Because
I don't think if you're married, it's a sin for you to go.
no, but I'm saying that's the gospel some people are propagating.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things. If you don't challenge it, if you don't go into the Bible and know things for yourself, you hold on to these beliefs. While others are enjoying great sexual times, you are depriving yourself of the experience that you can get.
Okay, I guess not everything is for everybody. You know, some people certain things are not for them. Okay, so now, what advice would you give to someone who feels that their husband or their spouse is using them as a sex tool?
I would say that they should have an open and honest conversation with their spouse. And also, somebody can do so much to you if you allow them. So if you're not happy about how you're being used, you should begin to say no anytime they come around. And then when they want to talk about it, that how come these days you keep saying no? Say, I don't like the way you actually have sex with me. I am the type that wants to actually make love and not have sex.
Have sex, yes.
Because I think there's a difference.
There is.
Yeah,
so
You
much.
make the difference between making love to somebody and having sex with the person. So if you're the type that you feel that all you do is have sex with me,
Yeah.
you use me like some piece of rag.
Because when you're having sex, there's no connection, there's nothing. It's just probably satisfying your sexual desires.
They should begin to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And also, like I always say, people have bad sex lives because they don't take stock of their sex activities.
Okay.
They don't give feedbacks.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I didn't like what you did this time. You know, you could have done this next time. Try and do it this way. Or I like it better when you touch me here. Feedback. And it's mostly the women who, because like I always say, for us the men, it doesn't take much to please a man. It doesn't.
Yes.
And when you look at the trend, you will notice that it's mostly women who tend to have a lot of complicated orders or desires or requests, if I should put it that way.
Yeah.
Because somebody might want you to squeeze their hip, somebody wants you to slap them, and a whole lot of things.
Right.
You know, people have so many different fantasies, but if you don't talk about it, don't let your spouse or your partner know how you want it.
Okay.
He's not going to do it according to the way you like it. And that means that you will not be enjoying it, and it could bring about so many issues.
Amazing, interesting conversation. So finally, what would you tell someone out there who feels that sex is an obligation, it is an entitlement? Because I think some people go into a relationship thinking, you are my girlfriend, you are my wife, you are my, partner. You have to give me sex because that is why you are my partner. So what would you tell someone out there, to round it up?
A relationship is more than sex.
Yes.
Sex is part of a relationship, and if that's the relationship that you're in, if you are compromising yourself and you are being coerced, it's time to reconsider. But have a conversation about it. Find that courage in you, because it is not right. You should be able to say that today I don't want to have sex, and your spouse or your partner should be okay with it. So find that courage in you. You can do it.
Amazing. Chris, what's your final words?
Yeah, like Dr. Selassie. The last doctor you shouldn't feel coerced. And at the same time, I would say that people should not hide behind the fact that I'm tired, I don't want to do it. There should be a give and take. There are times that even if you're tired and you haven't had sex in a long time, you can do the dutiful one just to satisfy your spouse. But also, sex shouldn't be one that you demand like food that like is your birthright. It has to come naturally.
Yes.
It has to come, and it can only come naturally if the couple are really talking about these things. You should be able to talk about it, know your likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
where to draw certain lines so that you all know, what the other person is thinking, because we can all assume that this person is inconsiderate. Doesn't he see that I am? At that time, the man is on fire. He needs an extinguisher to quench that fire. And sometimes some women think that some men are inconsiderate, but men, we tend to have that needs more because of our makeup.
Yeah.
You understand? We have at least every 2 to 3 days, a man will want to come around. You understand? Whereas a woman can go for so long and they don't even blink. You understand? So we have different we are made up differently.
Yes.
And so when a wife or a spouse has that in their mind, they can also become sensitive towards the plights of their husbands.
And also, if men will also realize that as much as you have those needs, those desires, if you help at home, it helps the woman so that she doesn't say that I am tired all the time. So, but genuinely, women go through a lot and they need help.
Amazing. So what we're trying to say is that sex should not be obligatory or an entitlement in a relationship or a marriage. It should be something that you nurture. It should be intimate. It should be enjoyable, and all the things that brings pleasure into the relationship. And so thank you so much, Chris and Selassie, for this insightful and entertaining conversation. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Heart to Heart Chat Show. Make sure you share, make sure you like, comment as well. And yes, follow us on Instagram once again. It's Heart to Heart Chat Show. Like on Facebook. And yes, all of that. Thank you so much. I am Lady Ajua. Hope to come your way very soon, again sometime soon.
Heart to heart, soul to soul, let's speak our mind.